The story of the chicken and the tiger. That day, rabbit, tiger and chicken once lived together to work together to clear the fields. On the first day, the rabbit and tiger cut the paintings, giving the chicken the task of looking after the house and cooking. After cleaning the house in the alley, the chicken cooks rice. When the rice is cooked, the chicken puts a pot of water on the stove. When the water boils, the chicken jumps onto the pot's rim, lays an egg in the pot, and then makes a few cluck-cluck sounds. As soon as the eggs are cooked, the rabbit and tiger also return. The chicken takes out the eggs. Rabbits and tigers are both tired and hungry, so they eat very well. Rabbit asked, "Hey chicken, how do you get such delicious food?" The chicken tells the truth about how he prepared that dish. The next morning, they got up early to continue cutting paintings. This time the tiger went with the chicken, and the rabbit took his turn at home to cook. The tiger also told the rabbit to try to make a delicious meal like the chicken made yesterday. The rabbit replied, "It's not difficult, just trust me. Read more fairy tales." After cooking the rice, the rabbit also put a pot of boiling water and then stood up on the edge of the stove, stuck his butt into the pot and pushed like the chicken taught. After finishing work, the rabbit happily went to the door to welcome the tiger and chicken home. At meal that day, the tiger was hungry and greedy, so he picked up a few pieces and put them in his mouth. But before he could swallow, the tiger quickly spat profusely and roared to chase and fight the rabbit. The rabbit tried to run away but couldn't keep up. The tiger caught him and beat him to a pulp. The tiger pinned the rabbit's head to the ground several times, causing the skin of the rabbit's mouth to rip open. After being beaten that time, the rabbit was extremely angry with the tiger and decided to think of a new way to get revenge. A few days later, the rabbit and tiger continued their work. At this time, the cut paintings were dried, so they had to be piled up and brought back to the roof. While not knowing how to transport the painting back, the rabbit offered a plan to the tiger. "Out of all three of us, I think you have the strongest health. So please lie down so I can load the painting on my back and use a rope to tie it tightly. Put it on my back and just like that, I'll take it home. In about one trip it's all over." The tiger heard it was reasonable, so he immediately lay down and let the rabbit pile up the thatch grass. When the rabbit's back is full, the rabbit takes the rope and puts it dozens of times down the belly, down the neck, around the tiger's legs, etc. Then the rabbit jumps up, uses a flint to light the painting, then jumps down and runs away. Dried paintings can be ignited and burned very comfortably. The tiger still unintentionally finished his work, until the fire licked down near his back. It was so hot that he panicked, roared, and rolled around. But the fire was still firmly attached to the tiger's back because the ropes were too many and too tight. The more the tiger ran, the more the fire seemed to be fanned and flared up. When the tiger was able to shake the fire off its back, its skin was burned and its fur was scorched and patchy. The tiger was so angry that he went to look for the rabbit, but the rabbit had disappeared. That's why today people say that the breeds of rabbits and tigers still carry the traces left by their ancestors. One species has a split upper lip. One species of fur still has scorch marks. Horror, another story with an allegorical nature. Talking about the origin of the tiger's skin and the upper jaw of the buffalo. Read a good fairy tale. One day, The tiger saw the buffalo being scolded and beaten by the plowman but still bowed his head in submission, so he waited for the buffalo to rest. Came closer and asked, "Why are you humiliated like that?" The buffalo replied, "Because people are wise." Another day, a tiger-lion came to ask for his wisdom. The man replied, "My wisdom is at home. If you want it, I will come back and get it for you. But you have to let me tie it to a tree first, otherwise you will eat my buffalo." Tiger willing to tie up. After tying up, the person carrying the straw burned it again, saying as he burned, "Here is my wisdom." The tiger struggled to escape, but the fire had scorched its fur. The buffalo saw this and laughed so hard that his upper jaw hit a rock and broke a row of teeth. That's why today the race of that species still bears traces of its ancestors. 1. Regarding the origin of the tiger's skin, Thai people have a story. In the past, God gave humans special privileges, being able to speak and having the right to eat all animals. Seeing that, the tiger and snake refused and surrounded the person who was about to fight. He built a hut for snakes and tigers to crawl into, then covered it and lit it on fire. The tiger and snake were startled. One collided with a blackened wooden stick so its skin was striped, the other crawled on a pile of coal so its skin was spotted with black spots. 2. The Nung people tell about the origin of the tiger's skin as follows. The tiger was tricked by a rabbit to rip off its skin. It was so painful, the tiger ran away. Meeting an incense maker, the tiger asked for help. This person picked up a handful of sawdust and stuffed it into the wounds and told the blacksmith to dry the wounds. Unexpectedly, the embers flew up and caught the sawdust, smoldering without knowing it. When it's hot, tigers run wildly everywhere. A partridge took pity on Mock. Tak ta ta ta, meaning jump into the river. Hearing his words, the tiger jumped into the river to escape death. But from then on, the tiger's skin had burn marks. From then on, the tiger and the partridge became close friends. Wherever there are partridges, there are often tigers. 3. The story of the Burmese, Myanmar, people has slightly different details. The rabbit and the tiger invited each other to cut rice straw. The tiger brought a bag containing rice and meat, and the rabbit a bag of cow dung and sand. While working, the rabbit wanted to eat first, but the tiger waited until it was finished before eating. The rabbit said. The sage said, "Come first, eat rice and meat, come later, only eat sand and feces." Then he finished eating the tiger's rice bag, then found a tree to sleep. When the tiger finished, he looked for the bag and saw only sand and feces, so he scolded the rabbit. The rabbit repeated the words of the sage. The tiger believed the words and cut and moved the straw. The rabbit pretended to have a fever and the tiger let him sit on a bundle of straw that had been loaded on his back. After walking a short distance, the rabbit lit a fire. The tiger's skin was burned and he ran away in panic. Seeing the rabbit sitting on the side of the road, the tiger scolded him and the rabbit argued. "I've never met you before." Tiger apologized. Rabbit said, "I don't blame you because we are exactly alike, but your back has many burns. It's better to rub against a tree." The tiger followed suit. His hair was burned. The pain was too much and he ran away. He met the rabbit again and scolded him. The rabbit replied, "I've never met you before. Look, why are you bleeding? Just roll on the sand and it will heal." The tiger did so, in pain, ran like crazy, met the rabbit again, scolded the rabbit and replied, "I don't know you at all. There is a magic well here, if you go there you can be cured." Then he brought the tiger and suddenly pushed him into the well. 4. Regarding the origin of the rabbit's lips, Africans say, "When the moon created the world, it sent a lice down to earth to tell humanity that the person who enjoys the blessing will die and will live again." Rabbit heard that secret mission and quickly went down to declare the opposite. "You will die, and if you die you will die forever." Then, the rabbit went up to heaven to show off his achievements. Angry at the rabbit for doing what he wanted, the moon hit the rabbit with a cleft lip. So from then on the rabbit passed on the cleft lip to his descendants. 5. 1. According to stories told by northern and central people. The Burmese, Myanmar, people have a story about why buffaloes don't have upper jaws, which is a bit different. Buffaloes and cows are two brothers and uncles, very close. Cows only have lower jaws. One day, they borrowed a buffalo's upper jaw to go watch a horse show. The horses danced and sang so beautifully that the cows burst out laughing. The horse saw that the cow's teeth were beautiful, so he asked to borrow them so he could dance and sing better. The cow didn't know how to trick the horse, so she lent it immediately. The horse danced farther and farther and then ran away. The cow couldn't keep up and had to give up. Nowadays, buffaloes often cry, "My teeth." Cows cry, "You're right." And horses cry, "Hi hi hi hi." Burmese folk tale. Translated by Min Tree, Van Min and Hoang Hai. Regarding this topic, Southerners say the following. In the past, buffaloes had 2 sets of teeth while horses only had 1. One day the buffalo was invited to celebrate his death anniversary. When I returned, I met the horse. The horse told the buffalo to lend his upper teeth so that it would be his turn to celebrate the death anniversary, and would return it later. The buffalo did not expect anything and immediately lent it, but like the story above, the horse had bad intentions and kept the buffalo's teeth but did not return it. One day, when he met a horse and a buffalo demanded it, the horse said, "Let's run the race, you're better than me, I'll give it right away." After saying that, the horse ran away. The buffalo could not keep up and from then on, he had to lose his upper teeth. According to the stories of Mai Tho and Langda people. Lands. Book cited. 2. According to Thai people. 3. According to the Nung people in Sao Bang. 4. According to Burmese folk tales, Ibid. 5. According to Revise, Revis. Religion of Backward Peoples, Volume 1. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.